Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to MLS Journeyman with Zebu Nation. We're back again in our first season with Inter Miami, coming up on the first quarter of the 2021 season. We're going to get to sort of the first quarter review, but we'll do that after today's game, because right now we're actually several games behind the rest of the league in terms of just games played. So we need to play one more, and just to give us a chance to look at some, halfway decent stats. So that's what we're going to do. First of all, we'll take a look at the schedule. Now, the last game you saw was this one right here, 2-0 loss to Orlando City, our first loss of the season. We followed that up with a big 5-0 victory over Montreal. So our team is starting to get a little bit hectic here in terms of our quality of play. Bad one game, outstanding the next. It's just an interesting thing that we're going to have to keep an eye on. But we really dominated them. Carranza came out, got another goal to start things off. Mendez with another goal from the midfield. David Tran, interesting, a third-round draft pick in our latest MLS Super Draft. He came in and had 2 goals. He came in for Yordi Reyna, who picked up a little bit of an injury in the first half, and man, he played outstanding. So we might give him a little bit more playing time as the season goes on. Probably not too much because he is playing behind Yordi Reyna. And then, of course, Hector Villalba with another goal for him as well. So we are scoring lots of goals this year. It's just a matter of scoring them in the right games. Like, we didn't need 5 this game to beat Montreal, who, quite honestly did just about nothing. But we could have used them in the next game where we lost another 2-0 game, this time away to San Jose. This was just pretty bad. Andy Rios caught us on 2 counterattacks, and really it seems like that's going to be our Achilles heel this year, is the counterattack. So we might have to do something to mitigate that, but for now our attacking strategy is working most of the time. It's just occasionally we get caught. Now, this is a funky formation. I've never seen this formation really before. It looks like some sort of weird B-52 bomber formation. I'm not sure here. 5 guys in the midfield. Look at this. 3 defenders, 2 strikers, and I just didn't know what to do with this formation. And they got a goal fairly early in the first half in the 24th minute. And we basically couldn't do anything. We had a bit of a rotated lineup in there. We had Hajdarevic in there. We had Tran again, gave him the start. De Vera at fullback. Norman. We were a little bit banged up. Yordi Reyna was still a little bit banged up, so that's why we gave Tran the start. We played, I think, 3 games in 7 days. So, we gave some of our guys a rest, and it just did not work on the road on the West Coast. Bit of a difficult situation there to have to fly, 2,000 miles to go play a game while your team is a little banged up. So today should be fine, should be, starting lineup and all that. Playing at home against Cincinnati should be no problems. Big game in the Eastern Conference, and let's get to it. Take a look at the match preview here. We are 6-4 favorites at home against Cincinnati, so that's good. We've only played them twice, and again, they've got 1 win and 1 draw against us, and we have yet to beat Cincinnati. So it's definitely something we gotta get off our chest. We weren't unable to do it against Orlando. We had the same record line against Orlando last game, and they managed to beat us. So we'll try to stop that trend against FC Cincinnati. Take a look at their head coach, Josh Wolf. Let's see. He was the USA assistant coach in 2019. Prior to that, he was the assistant coach in Columbus. So he's made his way around the block as sort of an assistant coach and player. But now he's finally getting the chance to be a head coach in Cincinnati. We'll see what he can do with it. He's a pretty decent-looking coach. A lot of motivating man management, as you'd expect as a longtime assistant. But he does have some technical abilities, some tactical abilities. He's a good attacking coach. So we'll see if he maybe changes up Cincinnati's style and makes them more of an attacking club. We shall see. Let's see. What are we looking at? Another near sellout. 17,364 tickets sold, so we might have a sellout by the time game begins. That'd be cool. 68 and gusty. Again, a little cold. It is April in Florida, but, you know, it could be a little warmer there. Anyway, not much else to look at. Let's submit our teams and get on with things. You know, it's been an interesting start to the season. Been struggling a little bit in terms of just figuring this team out, but I think we're okay. We've been, you know, blitzing so many teams. Anyway, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the roster. Let's talk about what's in front of us here. It's our starting lineup. What can I say? Johnson, Martins, Shaq Moore, Trusty, and Birnbaum on defense. Philippe, Mendez, Pellegrini, Reina, Villalba, and Carranza. We have been getting a lot of trade offers for Luis Philippe. You know, we got this guy for nothing off the waiver wire, and now suddenly everybody wants to trade their first-round draft picks for him. So we could make a deal there, but honestly, he's playing so well, I don't think there's any need or reason to trade for him. Cincinnati's roster. Meanwhile, they've got Caseta in goal, Ali Adnan taking their captain's armband, highest average rating player, a goal from the fullback position, 7.55 rating. He's playing well. Kendall Waston, Cameron Carter-Vickers, Duval. So that's a strong defense for Cincinnati right there. Pania, Tuloma, Alashi, Zuniga. Is this one of their newer guys? 24 years old. Where'd this guy come from? He is, player they got from Costa Rica. Saprissa. 47K. Good for them. All right. So it's an interesting guy to have in the starting lineup. And then Adi and Zelaya up top. So they've got a little bit of firepower. Zelaya looks to be their leading goal scorer. He is with 3 goals on the season. Let's go. Tunnel talk. Pep talk. Yeah, let's give the fans a performance. No, nobody cares about the fans. They never do. Having the best defense in MLS must have you looking forward to another win. So we get a lot of shutouts because we control the ball so much. And I guess we have only had 4 goals scored against us the whole season in, 7 games. So that's pretty good. Anyway, I'm proud of the record. Let's do it again. Your team is among the possession leaders. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Pania comes into this match. I don't care. Get out of here. What's with all the questions? Shannon Miranda from the American Soccer Post. She's very enthusiastic. I can see that with all the questions. Are you prepared to face Cincinnati? Are you happy with Pellegrini's performance as a winger? Sure. Yeah, he'll carry on doing his thing. Sure. Let's go. It's an interesting question. I like that. I've never seen that question before. So I guess that's good. FM20, a few new... they promised some new questions, and they delivered. So there you go. Sports Interactive. Way to go. All right, so here we go. First quarter, flying by. Not a lot happening at all. Observations, nothing jumps out. Here we go. Martins sends one in. I thought that was going to be a direct kick at first, but he just curled it all the way around the whole formation. Philippe has to gather it into Reina, makes the turn, looking, gets by one defender, drops it to Villalba. Not great spacing here, boys. Philippe is out wide for some reason, our segundo volante. Trusty, our central defender's playing fullback. It's just mass hysteria at the moment. Let's get back in positions, boys. Come on. Stop playing around with it, and let's get some sanity back in the world. All right, here we go. Philippe. Now we're looking better. There's Villalba. Gets it out wide to Shaq Moore on the overlap. Fullback, plenty of space. They close down on him. He drops it back to Mendez. Villalba, nobody wants to cut inside. Mendez centers it. Jordi Reina not quite available there. Trusty with a good save at midfield. Pellegrini heads it to Reina. He's in, and he scores. Great header by Pellegrini. And Jordi Reina, coming from the attacking center mid, gets the goal. Fans go crazy, even though I can't hear them. There's the fans. So Mendez, kind of a wild pass, but Pellegrini makes the best of it. Reina around his defender, chips it past the keeper. with his blue gloves and red tracksuit. It's an interesting look there, buddy. But there we go, up 1-0. Usually when we get the lead, we tend to keep it. Oh, there's a big turnover. Villalba made the run. Is Zuniga going to get a penalty? No. No card. But gets a stern talking to. You know, because once we get the lead, the other team doesn't have a tendency to go into counterattack. So they don't have a tendency to catch us where we're weakest. So I think that's the key to this team, is just getting the lead. There's Mendez, chips it forward. Villalba on the run. Nice, another goal. Whoa, what was that sort of celebration? I think he just twisted his spine in half, but that's fine, I guess. The fans appreciate it. All right, here we go. Martins, it's a bit of a dangerous pass there, but Mendez makes the best of it. Chips it forward. Villalba, one-timer, past the keeper. Let's take a look at the celebration again, see what happens. Okay, so he does a cartwheel. Martins sends it in from the corner. Reyna gathers it in. Philippe, looks like we're going to reset the offense here. Oh, great pass from Trusty to Reyna. Takes the shot, sends it wide. You know, it looks like it's going to be another dominant win if this keeps up. Martin sends it across. Trusty with the header. Sliding goal from Pellegrini on the back post. Second goal of the season from Pellegrini, and the route is on. Martin sends it in. Trusty, look at this slide tackle for a goal. The defense looked like they were there. Just, they missed it. Kendall Waston playing terribly with a 6-0 rating. Look at that. Just utter domination. 16 shots to 3, 8 on target to 1. Everything's fine, boys. Everything's fine. Shaq Moore, 85%. Let's be passionate. Very pleased. Keep it up. Let's go. Martins, 95% of his passes, so our fullbacks are playing outstanding this game. You know, fullbacks are important to this system. They're not critical to this system, though. We use them more defensively, honestly. There's Cincinnati getting an attempt, a free kick, but headed over the bar. So, yeah, we use our fullbacks more defensively, but if they're competing 85, 95% of their passes, then they can definitely, you know, take this scheme to another level. Shaq Moore sending it in. There's an incomplete pass, but Philippe gathers it in. Now, does that count as a completed pass or incomplete? Because it got to one of his guys. It's just not the one he intended. Anyway, Reyna, that was a bit ambitious there. He was a little out of sync with his team. Here comes Adi. Now, in the year of 2020, here's Zalea intercepted. Adi with a shot. In the year of 2020, Cincinnati has let Adi go for the upcoming season. So we'll see where he lands. Uh-oh. This is not what we want. Injury to Villalba, our big guy. We're going to have to bring in Gaines on the right-hand side. Hopefully that's not too bad. Potential foot injury. I mean, we've got options at the right-hand side, but Villalba just gives us a different dimension out there. I mean, he's a star player for this league, no question about it. So with him out, it's not really going to change how we play, but it might change the results. There's more on the overlap. Fires it. Okay, we're looking okay. No problems. 67 minutes. Is there anybody else we need to get out of there? Pellegrini's got a yellow card. I think we will take him out. He's a little tired, and he's got a yellow, so we will bring in the youngster Sander Comfort. I mean, not that Pellegrini isn't a youngster either, 21 years old. He's our young designated player. But, you know, we'll get him out of there. Here's Philippe, 78 minutes. Sends in the corner. Cameron Carter-Vickers heads it out. Birnbaum, long header, almost gets on target. 80 minutes. Caseta, let's see if Cincinnati can get one back. save a little face here. Nope, Trusty wins the header. Comfort, our new man in there. Reyna drops it to Philippe. He had, looked like he had he had Mendez going down the seam. There's Carranza. Can he round the keeper? He cannot. I mean, he was bracketed in there by the defense. He didn't really have much places to go. Let's see. How about we just drop it back to not balanced, positive. It doesn't matter. Full time. Get out of here. All right, 24 shots, 10 for the opponent. That's what we like to see. 24 shots, 12 on target. As long as you're 50% on target, that's where we want to be. 58% possession. Again, dominant win. 3-0. So again, that goes back to our defense, where they said you got the best defense in the league. And that's why we get up early, and then we just hold the ball, and the other team can't do anything with it. All right, so quality possession provides victory. Villalba injured for 3 to 4 weeks. Okay. Not great, but we'll leave it as is. Do not place him on the injured list, please. Reyna with a goal. 9.0 rating, outstanding. Got a trade set to go ahead. First round draft pick for George Acosta. We got so many attacking center mids right now. We're going to send Acosta out. He's wanted by Philadelphia. We'll give him a new lease on life. See you later. We drafted like 3 attacking center mids. And we picked up another one in the waiver draft. So it's like, it's a glut at that position. So we're going to get rid of Acosta. See you later, my friend. Pick up a draft pick for next season. So that's fine. No problems there. Okay. Okay, we finished some scouting. We don't need to worry about that. Let's take a look at the standings. So there we are. After 8 games, we're in 3rd place. And as you can see, everybody else in the league has played at least 9. So we're still a little behind the curve here. But we'll take a look at the stats anyway, because defensively, we're going to be just murdering everybody. Atlanta United, top of the league with 26 points, plus 19 goal differential. They are playing outstanding. 8 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss on the season. Orlando City, team that beat us, they got 6 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses. And we've got 6 wins, no draws, 2 losses. So if we had as many games as Orlando, I think we'd be in 2nd place. And there'd be a little bit different conversation there. But for now, we'll take our spot in 3rd place. It's not so bad. Oh, I didn't look at the Supporters' Shield. 3rd in the Supporters' Shield. So right now, top of the Eastern Conference is looking very strong, although the next 4 teams are all Western Conference teams. So the Western Conference is nipping at our heels. But right now, Atlanta United, clearly the class of the league with 26 points. Yikes. We'll see if they can keep that up all season. All right, let's take a look at player stats real quick. Goal leader, Fafa Picault. We fell victim to this guy in our game. I think he scored 2 against us. Anyway, he's got 9 goals on the season on 23 shots, 10 appearances. That's pretty good. Joseph Martinez and Gonzalo Martinez for Atlanta United, 8 goals apiece. So you can see why their goal differential is so high. They're just scoring a lot of goals. Gustavo Boy, perhaps, 31 years old, 16 finishing for New England, came over from Tijuana in 2019 for $7 million. Scored 18 goals last season. So we'll see. He's already got 7 this year. So it looks like he's proven to be worth the money so far. And then in 5th place, we've got Villalba with 5 goals. Looking pretty good. Nacho Piatti, still in the league, 5 goals. How old is he now? 36 years old, still pretty good. I mean, if you put this guy at attacking center mid, I think he'd still be perfectly fine. He's only got 10 pace, but that's acceptable. 17 flair, penalty taking. I mean, he's still really good for a 36 years old. He's got to be getting ready to retire at some point. Maybe not this year. Anyway, most assists Carl's Gill for New England. 5 assists. Not a lot of assists going on this year. What's happening? A lot of one-on-one goals, apparently. Look at that, Andrew Carleton. Here's a guy I look at pretty much every time I play MLS. I take a look at Andrew Carleton to see where he is in his development. And it looks like he's playing very well for Atlanta United. 5 assists. Keegan Rosenberry, Victor Rodriguez, Severino, Blanco with 4 assists. Darlington Nagbe playing for Atlanta United. 4 assists. Okay. None of our players on the list, unfortunately. Distance run. Yep. It's fine. Key tackles. Andrew Farrell. Looks like Minnesota's doing a lot of tackling. They got the top 2 tacklers in the league. Least conceded. Joe Willis. 3 goals allowed in 5 appearances. Sean Johnson. 5 goals allowed in 8 appearances. Number 2 on the list, so we'll take that for sure. Klinsmann, Horvath, Crapeau. Let's see what Maxime Crapeau is all about this year. He's a guy that we had for our Canadian save. Kind of didn't play very well in our Canadian save in FM19, but he's looking much improved here. Looks like he got a bit of a stat boost, which I think a lot of people predicted that he might. So that's good. Clement Diop for Atlanta United. 9 goals in 10 appearances. But I guess when you're scoring that many goals, it doesn't really matter how many you give up. All right. Shutouts. Sean Johnson. 5 shutouts in 8 appearances. That's pretty good. We'll take that any day of the week. Klon is Jock. Crapeau with 4 shutouts. Okay. Horvath with 3 playing for Nashville. Nashville just announced their new jerseys. Sort of I think they're calling it some kind of gold color. I forgot exactly. It's like eternal gold or something like that. It looks very, very yellow. It looks almost like Houston yellow, but not with less orange, if that makes sense. Anyway, you take a look at it for yourself. You'll see what I mean. Let's see. Most tackles. Surprising Minnesota's not there. There we go. Christian Gutierrez up there. Number 1 is Aaron Herrera from Dallas. Most dribbles, Hector Villalba and Jordi Reyna. Interesting. I don't normally have guys on this list. So the fact that I've got 2 guys on this list now is a bit concerning. Maybe it's not concerning. I don't know. But these guys must just take the ball and run. And that's fine. They're talented enough. They're my 2 most talented players, so they can have the ball. It's fine. Key passes. Nobody on the list for us. Gill is up there. Pereira for Orlando is up there, number 1. 33 key passes. Good for him. Hitting the target. Nobody on the list. Don't know if I like that. Carlos Vela's up there. Costa Barbarousis for FC Dallas. 31 years of age. Looks like he's a right winger / striker. Nice pace and acceleration. Sort of an average dude. 3-star guy. Where'd he come from? They got him from Sydney FC. How about that? Coming over from the Australian League for $1.9 million. That's definitely an interesting move. Long time. Very, very long time Australian League player. Making his way over to the USA. Okay. He's doing well. Hitting the target anyway. 4 goals in 7 appearances. That's pretty good. Let's see. Who else is on the list? There's Martinez on the list. Uvaldo Luna for Galaxy. Nemeth is up there. João Plata for Sporting KC. Is that where he plays? Where's he? Yeah, I thought so. Real Salt Lake is where he has been. They got him in a trade last year. Played pretty well for them. 23 games, 2 goals, 6 assists. Not bad, but an interesting move from Real to Sporting KC. So there we go. There's the league stats. Can we look at the team stats, perhaps, see where we're at? So we are second in goals. We'll take that, of course, to Atlanta United. We've got 19 goals on the season, followed by LA, Real, Minnesota, Seattle, Montreal, Portland. Best heading, Cincinnati. Fine. Best possession, look at that. Number 1 in possession, 59%. Followed by Atlanta United. We'll take that for sure. Best tackling completion, number 1. So you can see why our defense is so strong. We're tackling well. We're holding possession. We're not conceding goals. #1 in the league. And I mean, we do have a few less games than some of the other teams. So this is a little bit skewed, but still 5 allowed in 8 matches is pretty darn good. Less than a goal a game. Most shutouts tied with Atlanta and Orlando. Most fouls. Okay, we're not on the list. So we're tackling, we're holding possession, we're keeping the ball out of the net, and we're not fouling. It's pretty good. And we're passing well. Look at this. Pass completion ratio. First in the league, 81%. When even our fullbacks are completing more than 80% of their passes, then I think we got something going. Our team is very skilled. They're playing very well. Crossing, we're not necessarily a crossing team. Vancouver with 25%, that's pretty impressive. Minnesota, Philadelphia, Real, okay. Everybody else, there's Atlanta United at 5th. And then shooting accuracy, so this is interesting. We're not on the list in shooting accuracy. Wild. Atlanta United is 5th. Dallas is 1st. So, well, I guess we do take a lot of shots, don't we? Yeah, we do take a lot of shots. I don't have any sort of work the ball in the box. I like my guys to take those long shots to sort of loosen up the defense. So I guess I'm okay with this. I would prefer to be on this list somewhere, but the fact that the rest of our stats are so outstanding, we will take it. So there we go. There's the first quarter of the season under wraps, under something. Let's take a look. Ooh, my clip view. Sure. All right. One last thing. Let's take a look at individual team stats. Villalba's our goal scorer leader with 5. Mendez with 3. Carranza with 3. I thought they would have more goals than that. It seems not quite right. But who you going to believe? Me or the stats? David Tran with those 2 goals that he had. Jordi Reyna with 2. Pellegrini. So we're getting goals from a lot of different guys, and that's pretty good. Everybody in our midfield has scored just about. Let's see. Is anybody? Philippe is the only guy in our midfield who hasn't scored, and he's our defensive midfielder. So that is understandable, I suppose. So, it's just been a very good first quarter. This is not new for MLS. It happens. You have very good first quarters, and then the rest of the league kind of catches up with you. You get injuries, fatigue, that kind of stuff sets in. So we'll see if we can continue this for the second half of the season. And, we've got a big East Coast swing coming up here. 2 games against Chicago, New York, Philadelphia. And then we got our weird friendly against Ajax. So we might come back for the New York game. That should be, where are they in the competitions here? No, they're not. They're last in the league. So maybe Philadelphia. We'll come back for the Philadelphia game and see what that's all about. So until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.